Welcome back. In today's video, we'll explore alternatives to OpenAI's Deep Research. Recently, OpenAI introduced Deep Research for Pro subscribers on the $200 a month plan with a limit of 100 articles per month. However, there are several open source alternatives that offer similar capabilities. One such option is GPT Researcher, an actively developed open source project that has gained traction recently. With improved reasoning and access to cheaper models, it allows you to perform research on the web and local files for free or at low cost, depending on the model you choose. Now let's see it in action. Setting it up is simple, and in this video, we'll walk through all the steps to get started. First, let's look at its architecture. The core concept involves around two types of agents, a planner and execution. The planner generates research questions, while execution agents retrieve the most relevant information for each question. Finally, the planner filters, aggregates, and compiles the gathered data into structured research report. Once we head over to the documentation page, the first step is to install Python 3.11 or later, and Node.js on your machine if you haven't already. So you could head over to Node.js downloads page and then download the relevant installer depending on your operating system, and also onto Python download, and then download any version after 3.11 to 3.13. After that, we'll go through the other mandatory requirements to get everything set up. By default, GPT Researcher uses OpenAI and Tavily for search. So the next step is to obtain API keys for both these services. Let's go ahead and set that up. You could head over to OpenAI website and then register yourself and then obtain an API key, and then later browse on to Tavily, sign up, and then get a free account set up for 1,000 credits a month. Once that's done, let's proceed with installing the required dependencies. There is a detailed instruction set on the GPT Researcher's website, but I do have all these steps actually, which I would include in the description below with all the relevant links. So I'll go through the steps, each step. First, you would have to git clone and then go on to the directory GPT Researcher. And then it is ideal to create a virtual environment whenever you set up. So set up a virtual environment, and in interest of time, I already have it ready. By default, you would have a env.example file. So you need to change it to .env, and then also set up your API and Tavily keys in this file. And the doc path is a path where you would like to look at your where the research can be done on your documents. This is the relevant path. So you can change this path in here. Once the setup is all done, all you would need is to run UVCon main app reload. So that would start up your UI on port 8000. And once that's all there, we could actually browse onto the website. So do we have it running? So this is the UI, which by default we would have it. And now all we need to do is ask questions, actually, what we would like to do. So we could put in something like, in recent times, so I could just say, compile a research of effects of DeepSeek release and on LLM providers, and also its effects on other industries. So I've chosen a short and fast within 2 minutes with an objective, and then it goes off onto the web or onto your documents or an hybrid. So let's start with the web option and then click on research. So now it has gone off and trying to perform so this is the output on the, so you can see what's happening in there too. So you can see it is going off to different websites and scraping information. So we could wait for a minute or so. It should take too long. Now it has capabilities of multimodal, so it can read images and then understand them too. And we are done. So it is now generating a report. Just minimize this one for now. So yeah, it does have all the citations from different, so the references from different sources it has collected. This is pretty neat. So, so this is the agent's output actually. So now that we have everything in here, so it is thinking about the question and then went over and then said, okay, let me compile the list of questions so it has planned the research strategy. So it has done the research on, the question was impact of DeepSeek release on OpenAI and Anthropic, effects of global AI industry and security challenges. So it has come back with several questions, and then for each of the questions, it just went over and then tried to find sources on the web. And so we should have some cost also somewhere in here. So it does give us a cost of this entire search. So it did cost me 2 cents for this entire research. So it's pretty neat. So the impact of, so there's an abstract, introduction, effects on other LLM providers, so competitive pressure, impact of pricing, democratization of AI access, uh, other industries, energy sector, how it would affect energy, maybe overblown on the industry, cybersecurity concerns, geopolitical implications, about US technological dominance, and China's integration of on the financial markets. We have seen the effects of financial markets and conclusion. This is a short one. So what we could do is actually download as one of these and yeah, and then we can actually look at the markdown. So I do have it somewhere here. So, so this is a markdown. So, and earlier I did a detailed search on compiler research report on how retail industry has changed in the past 3 years. This is exactly the same one from OpenAI's default on the screen there. So it has come back, and this is a report on addressing formally the tone of this, and this is a markdown of that report. So this is a detailed report of shifts in retail industry in the last 3 years. So it's pretty neat, and it does save a lot of time. So with all the references, so and I would like to go over one more thing, which is the local files. I do have local in my local file directory. I do have in my local directory, I have 3 PDF files which I downloaded from internet on the direct taxes and inheritance tax and capital gain tax changes in UK. So, so now I could ask a question on research on UK tax changes and impact. So I could actually say, now click on my documents. I could actually say hybrid, but then I just wanted to show you a quick and fast summary, and then click on research. So it's now actually parsing those documents, local documents. So it hasn't gone over to the web, but the only web questions it would ask is for the research questions. but now it has gone down to my local files, which is quite useful when we have a big set of documents, proprietary documents. So it's pretty useful in that sense. Shouldn't take too long. So it's come to the conclusion, references, and it's finished now. So this is, and it has taken me, costing me 1 cent for this entire report. So it does show how overview of direct taxes, because I've had income tax, capital gains, and inheritance tax documents in there. So, and it has come back with rationale for tax changes, impact of tax changes on income tax, on NIC, and capital gains, impact on economy, exchequer. Yeah, pretty much that's it for this video. I'll provide all the links which I've used and the instructions to install for the installations. And please comment if you like it or have any other suggestions. Until next video, thank you and bye.